Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are at the top of the hour and ready to get started. We have some absolutely amazing institutions here to tell you a little bit about themselves. And by the way, you are attending the Western Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair powered by StriveScan. My name is Sibel Racim, and I'll be your facilitator for this evening's session. We have about 45 minutes on the clock, but as we all know, time flies when you're having a good time. So we're going to have a great time, but just a few things before we get started. We obviously encourage you to ask questions, but you're going to probably wonder, how are you going to ask questions? Well, those questions are going to be put in that Q&A in your Zoom toolbar. So use that Q&A button to type in your questions to the presenters at any time. I stress at any time, do not wait until the last minute because we do have a limited amount of time and I would hate for your question not to get answered. Also, please put the institution's name within your question so we all know who the question goes to. Also, your camera and microphone are turned off, so you're muted and the panelists cannot see or hear you. So once again, interacting through that Q&A and asking those questions through that Q&A are super important. Fun fact, the chat is also there, but you are disabled on the chat end, on your end. And so what that means is you can actually see what the presenters are putting in there, and they might be putting some awesome information like links they want you to check out or their contact info. So if you do see a notification in the chat, don't be afraid, go ahead and click on it and check it out. Also, there are many more sessions. This is one of many college presentations that are offered. So sign up for the next session and the next time slot if you are able. Last but certainly not least, a recording will be available of this session as well as all other sessions. And if you'd like to relive the fun and check it out, those recordings will be available within the next few business days at strivescan.com/WACAC. Without further ado, I'd love to get started. Our first institution up for today is the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Sarah Blank. I am the Regional Recruitment Manager for the University of Wisconsin-Madison. So happy to be here with all of my colleagues and friends to tell you a little bit more high-level information. And I'll put my contact information in the chat at the end. University of Wisconsin-Madison is a large public university. We're part of the Big Ten Academic Alliance and the Big Ten Athletic Conference. We are located in the great city of Madison, Wisconsin, really awesome college town. So if you're thinking of the type of environment you're looking for, if you want that college town where students are incredibly active, supportive, in a collaborative space where the city of Madison is so supportive of the university and vice versa, that is certainly us. We are located between two lakes, so a lot of my out-of-state students, especially from Nevada and from California, love the outdoor element, even during all 4 seasons, because we do certainly get snow, and it's actually not that difficult to travel to. We have an airport right in Madison. We also have some airports in Milwaukee and in Chicago, which are just quick driving distances, and we have great bus systems that cater to both of those. So coming from as an out-of-state student, you'll join about 40% of our population of students. So we are a public school in Wisconsin. We have a commitment to Wisconsin residents, but we certainly have, and we are a great home for our out-of-state students. We're also a capital city. So for students interested in public service, global citizenship, anything related to political science in that realm, certainly a great place for you. We're proud of our reputation, we're proud of our rankings and the ability that our students have to work with world-class professors and faculty. One thing that's important for you to know is what we call the Wisconsin idea. This is our guiding principle that everything we do should be used to impact the world for good. So how can we take what we're doing in the classroom and apply it to real world challenges? That's research. When we look at first ranking and Peace Corps volunteers, that goes back to that Wisconsin idea. So something we certainly want to get to know you through the application of how you connect with the Wisconsin idea, your values, your passions, and how you want to bring those and honestly make the world a better place. That is our goal at University of Wisconsin-Madison in so many different disciplines. 11% of our students come in undecided. So we have some great cross-campus advising. So even if you don't know what you want to study, UW-Madison can be a great fit. These are the 8 schools and colleges. I would encourage you to go to our website because you'll see all of the different majors that we have, all of the courses that you'll be taking, the research that you could do, the professors you'll be working with. So really high level information here. School of Business and College of Engineering are 2 of our most competitive programs for entry. We do have a direct entry option for those. We have certificates, not minors. These are areas of specialization. So really great ways to market yourself and to develop a very well-rounded academic experience and complementary experience. So a lot of different choices to make. We certainly have opportunities for double majoring. And again, these are the 8 schools and colleges to check out. Other ways that students are really maximizing their experience at Wisconsin, as I mentioned, we're part of the Big Ten Athletic Conference, so that school spirit, that school pride really runs deep into everything we do. Clubs and organizations, cultural communities, religious organizations, we have 1,000 student organizations. So while that's intimidating, you can truly make a large university small. 2 things we do well. First year interest groups, about 1,000 students participate in these every year. These are cohorts of classes that are capped at 20 students where you really get to know your faculty and your professor. You do excursions outside of class. So it's a great way in that freshman year to take that large school and make it small. So I would encourage you to go on our website and check that out. 91% of our students live on campus their first year. We have learning communities, which are great ways for that. Of course, research, as I mentioned, study abroad programs, different organizations to join, whether you are just fascinated by cheese and want to join the Badger Cheese Club because we are the dairy state, or if you're really interested in diving deeper into your academic area interest and meeting students outside of the classroom in a student organization that relates to it. So lots going on campus. A little about our admissions process. We do conduct a holistic admission review. However, not every school does this the same. We prioritize academic excellence. That is our goal, is to make sure you're academically going to be successful. So we're looking at your transcript, your grades, the strength of your coursework, how have you progressed to higher level, more rigorous curriculums in the core subject areas within the context of what's offered at your school. We know that every high school is different. We are also looking a bit at community involvement and leadership and service. This comes in so many different shapes and forms. And so we want to hear, again, what are you passionate about? What are you involved in? It's all about the quality, not the quantity. And that's really important for you to know about UW-Madison. And then sometimes we do look at campus and program fit. So using our supplement essay is a great way to share your academic areas of interest, especially when it comes to engineering, computer science, business. And then our general essay would be like the common applications essay, for example. So that supplement essay, the Why Wisconsin essay, is so important for us. We ask for 1 letter of recommendation. This needs to be from an academic source, someone who can tell us more about who you are in the classroom. And then we are test optional through spring of 2023. And optional is not another word for required or another spelling for required. We truly mean that we are test optional. So please know that students are not disadvantaged in our process if you apply without test scores. And then the benefit of applying early action by November 1, it's non-binding. You certainly will get a decision sooner, but also allows you to start applying for scholarships sooner. So we do not auto award scholarships. You have to apply for those separately. As a public institution, any other forms of aid comes in the form of need-based aid, which is through FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. So that lets us know what you're eligible for. I would really encourage you to check out our website so you understand the cost of attendance. We are, like I said, a public school, so there is that out-of-state versus in-state tuition. And then lots of programming happening on our website, as well as Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to throw my information in the chat. And thank you so much for being here and taking some time out of your day.
Thank you so much. If you have any questions for University of Wisconsin-Madison, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have University of Tennessee.
Hey y'all, so excited to be with you. I'm just going to pull up my presentation. So, hi, my name is Jordan Berner and I'm the Regional Admissions Representative for the University of Tennessee. And I'm so excited to talk with you today about my alma mater. So I did go to UT and I'm a Knoxville native. So the great thing about the city of Knoxville, where the University of Tennessee is located, it is really an urban wilderness. It's what we call it. So what that means is that though we're the 3rd largest city in the state of Tennessee, there's so much to enjoy and so much to do. So we're at the foot of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So if you love being outdoors and doing things like snowboarding or skiing or hiking, camping, stand-up paddleboarding, those kinds of things, we're really close to that. Tennessee River is just right through our campus. And we also have lots of greenway right along the campus as well. So if you like to be active and get out, we have that. We are also home to a very vibrant and historic downtown. And that means that there's a lot to do, like going to the Tennessee Theater. There's all kinds of food festivals and music festivals, lots to enjoy as a student. So a little bit about the school. We were founded in 1794. So fun fact, we're older than the state of Tennessee, which is pretty neat, which means we have a lot of tradition and we have a lot of history, making our school very rich and our academics very strong. So we're an R1 Carnegie classification, which means that we're a tier 1 research institution, and we are a top producing school for things like Fulbright scholars or Goldwater scholars. We also have partnerships with incredible institutions like the Oak Ridge National Laboratory, which we're one of only 3 schools in the nation that have a partnership with a national laboratory. And we have our very own Space Institute, so engineering are strong programs for us. We are a bigger school, so we have 24,000 undergrads and 6,000 grads for a total of 30,000 students overall. And we're, in my opinion, the best conference in the nation, the SEC, the Southeastern Conference, which means that we just love sports. Orange and white is in our blood. And we do have 23 national championships under our belt. But the most important part is that we have a robust academic selection for you. So we have 360 undergraduate majors to choose from, and to add to your academics, your extracurricular life is going to be very full as well, with over 600 plus student organizations to be involved in. So with those 360 undergraduate programs, you have an option of being in one of these 9 colleges to choose from. Some of our most competitive colleges are the College of Engineering, the College of Architecture, and of course the College of Nursing. It's our most competitive program in all of the University of Tennessee, but we have so much to offer you. And I always say, because our programs are so broad, if you want it, we probably have it, and we probably do it well. A couple programs I want to highlight: in our College of Arts and Sciences, we have a very strong forensic anthropology program. We are home to the world's first body farm, which basically means that a lot of forensic anthropologists do a lot of research at our institution. So we are an FBI training facility, and forensic anthropologists and teams from all over the world come to train at our institution, like the French national team, which came just last year. We have strong programs throughout our different colleges. So definitely ask me if you're interested in studying something. I can tell you what we offer in that. So we want you to succeed. We have a student success center, not only for you to be successful while you're in school, but also while you are developing your career and looking for what you're going to do afterwards. So we have co-ops, we have internships. I personally interned at the U.S. Department of Labor Wage and Hour Division, so I had government clearance while I was a UT student. That was pretty cool. But there are tons of options, and we are within a day's drive of half the U.S. population in Knoxville. So if you want an opportunity to have an internship in Atlanta or Nashville or DC, we're just a drive away. It's not very far, and really easy to get to as well. So we're just 15 minutes from the airport. So if you want to travel for internships or you want to do things while you're a student, we're really, really close to access for transportation. But of course, if you're living on campus, you're going to want to know that we have 3 different living styles. So either community style, suite style, or apartment style. And you do get to live on campus your freshman year. It's not a bad thing. You get to live on campus. Our apartment or our residence halls are very, very nice. And like I mentioned, although we're a big campus, you can make it smaller by being part of one of those 600 plus organizations. So we are home to Greek life. I know some of you are very curious about that. So we do have a very strong Greek community. It makes up about 20% of our campus, but our Greek students do make up about 50% of the leadership on campus. And we definitely have study abroad. So you can pick 50 plus countries to choose from, and you can either do a 2-week program all the way to a full academic year, which is really special. So the application requirements are straightforward. You're going to do your self-reported academic record, the regular application, you'll upload your transcripts, pay the application fee, and of course, we're going to want to know the rigor of your high school curriculum. We're going to take a look at your essays. We're going to look for extracurricular things, especially volunteerism, because we're the Tennessee Volunteers, and special things like letters of recommendation, which are optional, and a supporting statement, which is optional, but very straightforward what we're asking for in an application. So these are the application deadlines. You want to apply early if you want scholarships by November 1st. December 15th is the absolute deadline, and then you want to confirm by May 1st. We were test optional last year. We're still debating on this year, but we want to make sure that you're able to apply. So be on the lookout for answers. And then if you're curious about the cost of attendance, this is what you're looking at. It's very doable. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. This is my information, and I'll also put it in the chat. It was lovely talking with y'all, and now we'll move it on to the next person.
Awesome. Thank you so, so much. If you have any questions for the University of Tennessee, go ahead and please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have the Ohio State University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Caitlin James. I'm the Regional Recruitment Manager for the Ohio State University based in San Diego, California. My pronouns are she, her, and you can reach out to me with any questions that you might have. So excited that you all are here. Given everything that is going on recently, we want to share this important announcement that's important to us at Ohio State. So as members of the Ohio State University, we condemn anti-Black racism, anti-Asian, Pacific Islander, and Desert American racism, and racism in all of its forms. We are committed to engaging, interrupting, and dismantling institutionalized racist structures. Ohio State's mission to prepare students to be leaders who be engaged citizens calls us to demand and support change. So if you're interested in what we're doing to be an anti-racist institution, please check out the website listed on the screen, go.osu.edu/addressing racism. Now, a little bit about the Ohio State University. We are the third largest public institution in the country. So if you are looking for size and opportunity, we are a great fit for you. We have over 48,000 undergraduate students at our institution, over 200 different majors, 500 different specializations areas, but still a student to faculty ratio of about 19:1. So a lot of different opportunities, again, to make the university a little bit smaller. As I mentioned, a variety of academic opportunities. So if you're not really sure, we have a variety of these listed on the screen here. I really encourage our students to check out majors.osu.edu. It's a really great overview of everything that our academic majors have to offer, including our professional programs. So if you're thinking about law school, med school, vet school, dentistry, optometry, all of those things, we actually have them right on our campus. We have our Wexner Medical Center, and so it's a really great way for our students to get that undergraduate experience alongside that too. So if you're thinking about the next steps already, definitely check that out. But again, majors.osu.edu. So we are certainly an academic powerhouse. You might know us on the football field, but we are an academic powerhouse as well. So we have some rankings that we love to share that may help you to siphon down as you are trying to filter which schools that you might apply to. But we are a strong best value public college, and that's something that we're certainly proud of as well. A couple of things that are going to differentiate your academic experience at Ohio State. So we really strive and encourage experiential learning. So you'll be able to have a variety of those different things. So if you wanted to do research in your first year, you absolutely could do so. We have study abroad programs. We have over 100 different programs in so many different countries around the world. So you could on every single continent too. So if you wanted to do that, you could. But leadership opportunities, creative expression, you don't have to be an arts major to pursue the arts in a variety of different ways at Ohio State. There's so many ways that you can kind of combine those interests together. One thing that's pretty neat about Ohio State is that every student receives an Apple iPad as part of our digital flagship program. So you'll get that upon your first year. And as long as you graduate from Ohio State, you get to keep it. It's not only a tool that you can use to kind of hang out and relax outside of the classroom if you want, but you might be using it in class, which is pretty neat that some of our instructors have incorporated it into some of their teaching to set you up for success in a tech-driven world. A couple of things I also love to share is that transition from high school to college. We recognize that every student is going to transition a little bit differently. You might be really confident in high school, you're kind of shy a little bit. That all might change during your first year in college, and that's okay. So we have peer leaders as part of our first year experience program that are there with you from orientation all the way through the end of that first year. And who knows, you may end up becoming best friends with your peer leader throughout your time at Ohio State too. But they're there as that go-to person for any questions that you might have as you transition to college. We also continue that through the second year as faculty mentorship is really important. We want you to get talking with your professors, getting comfortable with them. And we encourage that through a stipend opportunity that can facilitate some internships and things like that through that second year transformational experience. A couple other things that I love to talk about that make the university a bit smaller for you academically too. So if you are a student that is very into diversity-based leadership, social justice, and service, we have a scholarship specifically for you. This scholarship is not only just that, but it comes as part of a cohort model where you come in with other students. But this scholarship can cover anywhere from full tuition all the way up to full cost of attendance. So it's a big thing. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely apply to that. Our honors and scholars programs are a little little bit different, but our honors is kind of that emphasis on academic opportunity, whereas scholars is based around a particular theme or an interest. So if you're thinking about internship or, leadership, or you have a passion for the arts, you could do a themes around that too. And then learning communities are in our individual residence halls. We do require our students to live on campus for 2 years, and you kind of want to do so. So it really helps with making that community a little bit smaller for you. Okay, so where is Ohio State? Where is the Buckeye State? This is where we are located. The neat thing about our students is that, especially from the West Coast, you might be traveling over 2,000 miles to get to Columbus. But whenever you're in Columbus, you're within a day's drive of about 40% of the US population, which means that you're so much more accessible to so many other parts of the country, which is pretty cool. Now, Columbus is the capital city. It's the 15th largest city in the United States. It's such a fun place to be. I honestly miss it so much. I can't wait to go back when everything is safer for us to do so. It's just the thing I miss about it is really the people. So like I said, it's the 15th largest city, plenty of things to do. It's a really accepting city, over 109 different languages spoken there. So a lot of things that our students can take advantage of as well. You're not too far from the downtown area or from the airport. You're only a 15-minute drive. Campus is only a 15-minute drive to that downtown area or that Short North Arts District. It's a 45-minute walk where you'll come across that Short North Arts District as well. We have one of the largest pride parades in the country. We are an LGBTQIA friendly campus as well. And there's also opportunities for ride sharing and scooters too. Some traditions that are up here available for you as well to kind of check out. We love to talk about Ohio, so ask me what my favorite one. Hopefully I'll share with you at the end. And then a little bit more details about our application process. We are a holistic review. Our deadline is November 1st, but if you have questions, please reach out to me. I'll put my details in the chat and look forward to chatting with you soon.
Awesome. If you have any questions for The Ohio State University, go ahead and please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have University of Kansas.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Justin Bankston, and I am the regional admissions rep for the University of Kansas. I'm currently based out here in Denver, Colorado, but just want to tell you a little bit more about KU today. I really appreciate you all for being here. But the University of Kansas, we are located in Lawrence, Kansas. That's roughly kind of right smack dab in the middle of Kansas, but a little bit on the eastern side. Overall, we have about 19,000 undergrad students on our campus with an additional 6,000 to 7,000 graduate students. Our typical student, we've got students from all 50 states, over 110 countries represented on our campus. So overall, we've got a really diverse student population. Roughly 41% of our students are from out of state, 22% are students of color, and our typical student comes in about with a typical ACT of about 25 and a GPA of about 3.58. While we are a larger university, we do offer a lot of the small school amenities like having smaller class sizes and a lot of one-on-one individual academic experiences as well. When it comes to the majors that we offer at KU, we've got over 400 areas of study at KU. So with us being a larger institution, we are a top-ranked national research and a member of the AAU. So a lot of different opportunities to get involved, a lot of different areas of study. As you can see, we are known for academic excellence in a number of different majors within our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, nursing, journalism, business, architecture, education, engineering, music, and many more. Some of these programs are direct entry, and they will continue to be so, but happy to help with any of those individual questions that you may have, further along in this process. But, outside of just majors, we do offer a ton of different, academic experiences, such as doing research. We've got over 130 different study abroad programs at KU, but we really want you to get involved and get involved early. So we do have a ton of different individual academic experiences that you can get involved in, and just a lot of, really trying to get those one-on-one experiences with your professors and other peers that you're going to be working with for 4 years. Even further, we've got a great KU core, which is our core curriculum that you are going to have to take, but you can spread it out over 4 years and And along with those, you can build in additional majors or minors or certificate programs that we have with your main major. So really want to offer a lot of different opportunities for you, during your 4 years at KU. And then, we do want to challenge our students. So we do have one of the #1 university honors programs in the nation. And then, a ton of different opportunities to get out there and get involved in our 600 plus clubs and organizations to get that leadership experience that you'll need. And, can't say it enough. Lawrence, Kansas is where we're based. It is an amazing college town, a very quintessential college town. There's a lot of synergy between Lawrence and KU. We are kind of smack dab in the middle of Lawrence. So it's a fantastic place to, not only go to college, but to live. It's a very electric place, lots going on. We are a top 10 college town for a reason. And one of the main reasons is our vibrant downtown where there's always something to do. So as students, you can go down there, a quick walk downtown and have a good time, or go out to Clinton Lake or all sorts of different things. We've got over 600 miles of hiking and biking trails. So never a dull moment as a student. And then, most importantly, we are smack dab in between two metropolitan areas, in Topeka to the west and Kansas City to the east. So, as a student, you're going to be able to get involved in those, internships and just really get a jump start on finding a job that you want to do for the rest of your life. And then when it comes to applying, you can apply to KU at apply.ku.edu, either through the Common App or our own app. Both work really well. It is important to note that for next year, we will be test optional, and for the foreseeable future, we will continue to do that as well. And the same goes for admission and scholarships. So that's something that we are going to continue to do. And, as for many of the direct entry programs that we have, like business, engineering, architecture, those will be test optional as well. As far as tuition usually typically starts, it will be a 4-year compact, about $26,000 per year, but we do offer a number of merit scholarships based off of GPA in your high school curriculum that will range between $11,000 to $18,000. So, that one application that you have to KU will serve as your application for admission to a direct entry program and scholarship. So really easy when it comes to that. And that's all test optional, or not test optional, but self-report. So it'll be easy application. But overall, please, I'll put my info in the chat, and please reach out if I can help out with anything, and rock chalk. Have a good night.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for the University of Kansas, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have University of Michigan.
Thank you so much. I will go ahead and start my presentation. Just to introduce myself, my name is Chris Tesoro. My pronouns are he, him. I am the Regional Recruitment Coordinator within the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. I primarily work with students coming from California as well as my home state of Hawaii. The final slide will be my contact information, and I'll provide that in the chat as well. So let me just go ahead and get started. When introducing students to the University of Michigan, we would first like to reflect on our past as an institution, where we are today and where we see ourselves going in the future as well. I would first like to acknowledge that the University of Michigan resides on the ancestral, traditional, and contemporary lands of the Anishinaabe people. In 1817, the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi nations made the largest single land transfer to the University of Michigan, ceded through the treaty at Fort Meg so that their children could be educated. We recognize the history of displacement of Native communities that facilitated the founding of the University of Michigan. We acknowledge the sovereignty of tribal lands, and we reaffirm contemporary and ancestral Anishinaabe ties to the land, as well as the profound contributions of Native Americans to this institution. Just as we acknowledge the land upon which we reside, we also feel compelled to speak to both the reality as well as serious impact of racial injustice in our country. Black Lives Matter, and we acknowledge the role that our university must play in the conversation around those injustices and in forging a path towards positive change. Our efforts begin with fostering a diverse, equitable, and inclusive community for our students, faculty, and staff here on campus. Recognizing that the University of Michigan is a predominantly white institution, please know that we do have an ongoing focus, spearheaded by our DEI office, on improving our climate of diversity to be supportive of all. A few of the highlights that I've listed on this slide are opportunities or events put on by the Multi-Ethnic Student Affairs organization that again resides within on campus at the University of Michigan. The University of Michigan, in case you're wondering, is a large public research institution. And we were formally established in the city of Detroit, Michigan in 1817 and moved to our current location of Ann Arbor in 1837. Ann Arbor, in case you're wondering, is located in Southeast Michigan, which is about 45 minutes west of downtown Detroit. It is consistently recognized as one of the top college towns across the nation. We have more than 300 restaurants located in downtown Ann Arbor in a traditional year, of course, and you also have great access to nature as it is nestled alongside the Huron River. In terms of where our students are coming from, the University of Michigan, we have a little over 30,000 undergraduate students on campus, with slightly more than half coming from in-state, from the state of Michigan, and the rest coming from across the US as well as the globe. In terms of my territory, California as well as Hawaii, California students represent the third largest out-of-state population. So not only are we geographically diverse, but our students are coming from a diverse array of backgrounds, religions, race, culture, as well as educational interests. In case you're wondering, 40% of our students identify as the first in their family to attend college. 18% of our students are Pell eligible. 27% of our students self-identify as students of color, and 17% identify as members of the LGBTQIA+ community. The geographic and ethnic diversity illustrated by this slide indicates that your experience at the University of Michigan can only be enhanced by students who are coming from, again, all across the country as well as the globe. What attracts students to the University of Michigan? You can see in front of you, it is the commitment to the undergraduate experience. We do offer a wide variety of academic offerings with over 280 different majors across 14 undergraduate schools and colleges with a very robust 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio. In a traditional year, only 7% of our classes have more than 100 students, and 84% of our classes are actually capped at 50 students, 50 students or below. Popular academic interests include engineering with 17 different engineering majors, psychology, biology. We do have a pre-health advising resource, as well as a world-renowned Ross School of Business. So students, you will have choices coming out of high school in terms of your academic interest areas. Shifting gears a bit, you can see that in addition to our academic offerings, we offer tremendous academic support as well as engagement resources in the forms of academic advising, study abroad programs, as well as flexible major, minors, and certificate options. In case you're wondering, Michigan is the #1 public research institution in the nation with over $1.5 billion of expenditures each year. You may be wondering what the vibe is like at a place like the University of Michigan. For first-year students, we have a residential campus. 97% of our first-year students, again, 97%, reside on campus during that pivotal first year. We also offer 13 MLCs, or Michigan Learning Communities, that allow students to intentionally find community across the different campus locations. You can see behind me, my coworkers wanted me to let you all know that there is a threat of snow on campus the next few days. So just want to be transparent with you students out there, recognizing students are coming from the western part of the US. It does snow occasionally in the state of Michigan, especially in the month of April. In terms of the University of Michigan's alumni connections, becoming a University of Michigan Wolverine really does unlock a lifetime of potential that stays with you well beyond your years in Ann Arbor. You can see the number in front of you, over 630,000 living alums across the globe. So no matter where you land after the University of Michigan, you will find community across, again, the country as well as the globe. In my last remaining minute here, I just wanted to go over the application and financial aid process. I'll leave this slide up with my contact information just so you can take down my email address in case we run out of time here. But I did want to mention that we do a holistic review at the University of Michigan. We accept both the Common as well as Coalition app. We were test flexible this past year in terms of juniors, class of 2022 and younger. We don't have official guidance yet, so keep tabs with our virtual resources over the course of the summer months. Early action is non-binding. November 1st will be the early action deadline. February 1st is the regular decision deadline. Financial aid, we recommend using the net cost calculator in terms of making sure that you are on track to really understand the financial aid resources at a place like the University of Michigan. So my time is up here. Again, I'll drop my contact information in the chat. Very happy to be with you today. Of course, go blue, and I'll turn it over to my colleague Rachel at the University of Minnesota.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for the University of Michigan, go ahead and please put it in the Q&A. And last but not least, we have University of Minnesota Twin Cities.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Rachel Tanner. I'm the National Recruitment Coordinator for the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. We are keeping it with a Big Ten, large public research institution, right in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So while I know y'all are here, and I appreciate you being here to learn a little bit more about University of Minnesota, it would be insincere for me not to acknowledge that Minneapolis, we recently lost a member of our community. Dante Wright was tragically killed at the hands of the police, and our thoughts are with him, his family, and his friends. Our city is grieving, and that's taken on many different forms. I believe, and it's the University of Minnesota as an institution, believe that it's important to recognize this loss, as I'm sure it's on many of your minds. If you have questions at this time regarding our campus or our response, please feel free to reach out to me directly. We are right in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're about a mile outside the downtown of Minneapolis. So you're not looking up at the skyscrapers as you go to class, you're always looking at them. This is the main part of our campus. We catch this train 10 minutes this way, down to Minneapolis, 20 minutes the other way is the downtown of St. Paul, Minnesota's capital. So you're nestled in between the two largest cities in Minnesota. We do work to bring breadth and depth academically to our students, 150 majors, 135 minors, as well as many graduate and professional programs. So medical school, law school, veterinary school, OT, PT, all right on our campus. We can start giving you that pre-professional advising right away that you need to get into our programs within those across the country. Despite our large size, we do try to keep class sizes small. 80% of all classes are 50 students or less. 65% of all classes are 30 students or less. So while your big classes like generals, intro to chemistry will be large, we're always going to pair them with a discussion or lab. Your major classes are going to be more of that 30 to 40% mark. We are a land grant research institution, tier 1. So the majority of research happening in the state of Minnesota does happen right on our campus. So you can start that as early as freshman year by pairing up with faculty members that are doing research in an area that you're interested in, or submit a proposal to our undergraduate research opportunities program, and we'll give you funding to do the research yourself. So if there's something you've always been curious about, you can do so then. We do admit directly to one of our 8 freshman admitting colleges. We do this for a couple of reasons. The first is that you come into a smaller community. Knowing we're a large institution, it really helps our students make that transition from high school to college to be in a community of scholars that share some sort of academic interest with them. We also do it for those of you who know exactly what you want to major in. You can start taking those classes right away your first semester of your freshman year. Make sure that program is the right fit. If it's not, no problem. You can always switch around, but that way you figure out sooner rather than later. Some of our popular programs, due to our location, of course, is the business opportunities. Our biological sciences like neuroscience, genetics, our direct entry nursing program, biomedical engineering, data science, computer science, product design, our animal science, so pre-vet track. But that's certainly not the extent of it. If you're interested also in working with athletes, whether that's kinesiology or sport management, we're a phenomenal place to study, being right in a major city. Like a good big attend school, we have a lot of opportunities for y'all to get involved. There are student organizations, over 900, so interest-based, academically based, identity-based, many ways to make the campus feel a little bit smaller and find your niche. We have a massive study abroad program that is really important to us here at the University of Minnesota. In fact, our business students are required to study abroad at some point. So if you are interested, we do have programs that fit with every degree. Now, the majority of our students choose to live on campus for their first year. We have 12 residence halls, and we guarantee you a place to live on campus if you'd like to. But then after in their second, third, and fourth years, students actually tend to explore the neighborhoods just surrounding our campus. The neighborhoods like Dinkytown and Stadium Village are what's going to give us that classic college town feel, because we were technically an institution before the state of Minnesota officially was a state, so a lot of the cities have been built around us. So these are the neighborhoods where you can find affordable student housing, where you can find pizza places that are open all night, or coffee shops that adjust their hours around finals. It's where the homecoming parade goes through. So you still do get that quintessential Big Ten college experience, but you are right between Minnesota's 2 largest cities, which offers a huge professional advantage. There are 16 Fortune 500 companies now headquartered in Minneapolis-St. Paul area. So places like Target, 3M, Cargill, Medtronic are right there and constantly recruiting out of our programs. Our location also makes it easy to balance an internship on a Tuesday and Thursday. So go to class Monday, Wednesday, Friday. These are big names. So if you want to stay here after you graduate, fantastic. If not, if you go through an internship program, this is going to translate easily back out to the West Coast, across the country, and across the globe. Minneapolis-St. Paul is also a nice digestible size cities. We're not a concrete jungle, but there's still a lot to do. 6 professional sports teams within about 10 minutes of campus, theaters and concert venues with on and around campus, a ton of different eclectic neighborhoods for you to check out the farmer's market, the news coffee shop, and of course, experience the full 4 seasons. Being in a city does make us fairly easy to get to as an out-of-state student. There's direct flights out of many major airports right to Minneapolis-St. Paul. All you have to do when you get to the airport is go downstairs, catch the train. That's the same train that runs through campus. Otherwise, it's about a 15 to 20 minute cab ride. And you're right, we're just a little bit further into the city than the airport is itself. Of course, taking into consideration value should be a huge part of your decision. We've been named a great value institution by a number of prints, largely due to those numbers you see at the top. 93% of our first year students come back their second year. So we're good fit for them academically, socially, and financially, which we're really excited about. That also means that my Southern California students adjust to the cold just fine. We'll just make sure you get the Minnesota winter warm weather clothes that you need up here. 71% of our students get in and out in 4 years. All of our degrees are designed to do so. So maintain your academic success and you're good to go. If you choose to apply, you're going to be automatically considered for all of our scholarships. For out-of-state students, those range from $2,500, they go up to $15,000. That's each year for all 4 years. So the application process itself is fairly straightforward. No letters of recommendation, no essays are required. Just submit the application, your self-reported grades and courses, and $55 application fee, and we'll consider you for admission for the honors program and for all of our scholarships right away. We have gone no test required again for fall 2022. So that's truly no test required. You don't need to submit it, no penalty whatsoever. These are our 3 deadlines. They all have equal consideration for admission, honors, and scholarship. The big one to pay attention to is if you do like that direct entry nursing program, be sure to get that application in by November 1. Otherwise, you're welcome to wait until January 1st at the very latest. That is all I have for you folks tonight. I appreciate you being here. Here's my contact information. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. If you have any questions at all for the University of Minnesota Twin Cities, or really for any institution this evening, go ahead and put it in that Q&A. At this point in time, I would love to invite back our all of our attendees, panelists, presenters, everybody. And I'm just going to close out the session here. I just want to thank you all, by the way, my panelists and presenters. Thank you all so much for being here and sharing some absolutely amazing information about each institution that you all represent. I know that I learned a thing or two, so I hope our attendees did as well. My attendees, thank you all so much for attending. This is just an appetizer, so I recommend that you do a deep dive into each institution even after this. But again, you're already ahead of the game by being here, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, with that said, again, thank you so much for joining us. Couple quick things before you leave. After you close this window, a very quick 4-question survey will appear. So go ahead and give us some feedback. We always appreciate it. Also, go ahead and sign up for more sessions. We do have more college presentations that are offered actually in the next session. So hopefully we see you there. And also, again, if you'd like to relive the fun, or maybe mom, dad, cousin, a friend, grandma wants to check out these schools with you as well, they can go ahead and do so by watching the recording. A recording will be available within the next few business days at strivescan.com/WACAC. With that said, once again, thank you everybody so much, and I hope you all have a great evening. Bye, everybody.